The live stream will be starting soon. The live stream will be starting soon. The live stream will be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody, it's Sam with The Blind Life, Sam and Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Talk Back with The Blind Life. This is our August 2026, and it's been a while. We missed July, and sorry about that. We'll talk a little bit about that. But first, pleasantries. Rachel, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good for this Sunday. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. End of pleasantries. All right. Nothing else to say. Okay, let's jump right into it. Hello to everyone that's already in here watching the live stream. Saw some people already in here. Super cool. And thank you guys for joining. And if you are watching this in the future, thank you guys. Check us out every single month. Unless we miss that month, we do a monthly Talk Back with The Blind Life. This is kind of like a live podcast, video podcast, live stream, something, Q&A. Basically, we take some time to go over the previous month's videos, talk about the videos that got posted on The Blind Life, talk about events from the previous month, expand on some of that stuff, answer questions, answer comments, talk to you guys in the chat. But most importantly, I think what most people probably are here for, we do a giveaway for every talkback video. Now, unfortunately, we're not on any kind of schedule. That would probably make it much easier for people if we were on a schedule. And literally for years, we've been talking about we need to get on a schedule.
Yeah.
I'm going to say at this point, it's not going to happen. That's my, but we do try to do it every month. So stay tuned. And that's a good reason to go ahead and subscribe to The Blind Life and turn on the notifications. Click the little ring the bell right next to the subscribe button. And that is a way that you will be notified whenever we do go live or anytime I put out a new video or a post or anything like that. You will get a notification. And to that point, actually, I get this question quite a lot, so I might as well mention it. A lot of people say, well, we're not getting notified for the live streams, or usually for members only stuff, members are not getting notified. So you just want to go in and make sure that your notifications are set to all notifications, both on the website or in the mobile app, however you watch on YouTube. You also, if you are on a mobile device, you might need to go into your mobile device, either your iPhone or your Android phone, and make sure that notifications from YouTube are turned on as well. And hopefully that will solve that problem. But speaking of that, we do members only events throughout the month. We just had our members only Zoom call yesterday, and it was a great call. We were on the call for like 2 hours. Just chatting, having a good time. A lot of the members refer to it as a bit of a support group, and they really enjoy the call. They find a lot of value out of it. Every single call, I hear that. So super appreciate that. And if you are a member of the channel, then you should be joining those calls as well. They generally will happen on the first Saturday of every month. And it's around 1 p.m. Eastern time, same time that we're doing our live stream today, first Saturday of every month. You can stay up to date by looking at the posts on my YouTube channel, the community posts on my YouTube channel. That's generally where I post information about upcoming events. And once again, if you are subscribed and have your notifications turned on, then you will receive notifications about all those different posts. But if you are not a member and you would like to join those members only Zoom calls, check out the information in the video description down below talking about membership. If it's not there, then you can go to the membership page on my YouTube channel and get information there. It's also youtube.com/theblindlife/ members or membership, something like that. To learn more about how you can become a member, it's super, super affordable. It's like 99 cents a month or $4.99 a month, depending on what tier you want. But whatever tier you're on gets you access to that call. So we'd love to see you there. Rachel, anything to add to that?
No, not to that. You want to talk about like what you've been up to, recent travel, like that?
Sure. So the last live stream we did, talkback we did, was June like 26th, towards the end of June. Since then, the biggest trip was the NFB conference out in Austin, and had a lot of fun. That was a great conference. I think just overall, numbers were up. Everybody seemed to have a great time. It was a great location in Austin. The Marriott in Austin, I think, worked out really, really well for the conference, which is great because it's going to be there again next year. I wasn't crazy about the New Orleans conference last year, the hotel in New Orleans last year. I think it was a bit of a mess. I think anybody that went to that conference could also agree that there were some issues, but I think this year was fantastic. There were a lot of attendees. I think they said over 3,000 attendees to the NFB conference this year. The exhibit hall, we saw a lot of people in the exhibit hall, which was great. And a lot of great companies, a lot of great businesses, organizations in the exhibit hall. And if you want to see my highlights video or get information about what was at the conference, you can check out my highlights video that just went out yesterday. That was my video that went out, was posted yesterday, the NFB 2026 highlights. So you can go check that out to see what I thought were some cool things featured at NFB this year. And let's see, I think that was, well, we did FFB also. Were you going to say something?
Didn't we talk about that last time?
I couldn't remember if we did or not. Yes, we did. Well, we did. Yeah, we're right. We talked about the just our takeaways from the FFB conference.
Yeah.
So that was fun too, though. That was
that was a great conference.
Yeah. Upcoming this month, at the end of this month, I'm going to be in Nashville for a Tennessee conference. I will have more information about that. I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be doing a general session presentation as well as 2 breakout sessions. And then next month, I'm going to be in Mississippi at a conference. Don't have a ton of information about that yet, but I'll post more about that later, or maybe in the talkback next month. But that's really about it. We took a trip to go visit our daughter up in New York for her 21st birthday, which was a lot of fun. That was last weekend. And beautiful up there in New York. We got lucky with some really great weather. It was breezy and cool, which was nice. I was
a nice change.
Afraid it was going to be afraid it was going to be crazy hot, and we actually thought it was going to be raining, but we got lucky, so that was fun.
Yeah, it was a very nice visit.
Yes.
And then another upcoming event that you'll be at is in London in November for the Stargardt Connected conference. Yes. So if you're in the UK and you have Stargardt, you might want to put that on your calendar.
Yeah, Stargardt, or really any other inherited retinal condition, because there will be doctors there talking about, they focus mainly on Stargardts, but a lot of these things that these clinics are working on are potentially agnostic when they can work for other conditions as well. So, if you're in the area, wouldn't be a bad idea to drop in. And I will be there.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Rachel and I will both be there. We'd love to see you and say hi as well.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they're having like there'll be vendors there showing their equipment and stuff, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe so. And they may be doing a virtual component. I'm not sure if that's going to be virtual or not.
Yeah, I think she said they are doing a virtual component. So
Okay.
yeah. But yeah,
Well, good.
that'll be cool, and I hope they have a great turnout. It's a fairly new conference, right? They do it every other year, I believe. Is that right?
I don't recall, but I know it's only been, I think 3 years ago was their first year, and I don't know how many if they've done every year or every other year since then. 3 or 4 years ago was their first one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but Bhavna, who is the I don't know, president, is that the right title?
She's the
Founder
leader in chief.
of the thing. She's awesome, and I'm sure that it's going to be a really well organized event because she just seems to really have her stuff together. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. All right. Well, if you guys are in the chat, feel free. If you have any questions, let us know. Rachel will be monitoring the chat as we go along. But we should probably go ahead and announce the winners of last Talkbacks giveaway, which, if you remember from that, if you saw that one, we were giving away talking kitchen scales, talking food scales. These were donated by Cirbic, Cirbic, I believe is how it's spelled. Cirbic, company that does a lot of talking devices, and I recently did videos about their talking scale and talking clocks, which we're gonna be talking about that here in a minute. But they were super generous to donate several for us to be giving away during our talkback videos, and so huge thank you to them. If you're interested in picking up a talking scale or talking clock, I'll have information in the video description after this goes live on YouTube, or gets posted on YouTube. But yeah, so we're giving away 3 talking scales. So super, super cool about that.
yeah, and Sam already sent me the list of the winners that he used the randomizer thing to get. So basically,
Yep.
you were entered in if you put the word scale in a comment on the video, and there were a lot of people that did.
Yes.
So we got 3 winners this month. And Sam, are they reaching out to you with their information?
No, and that's a good point. So if you are a winner, then yes, you will. You will reach out to me with your shipping address. You'll send me an email, sam@theblindlife.net, and with your shipping address. And then I will send that to my contact at the Cirbic company, and they will ship them directly to you. So you just need to reach out to me with your shipping address, your mailing address.
Okay, so the winners are first one is Groove 2. That's GROOVETOO. The next one is, I am going to butcher this, Brian Panagua. BRAYANPANIAGUA 746. And our third winner is Ben Kramer 68. BENKRAMER 68. So if you are Groove 2, Brian Paniagua, or Ben Kramer, please, like Sam said, send him an email to sam@theblindlife.net with your mailing address, and he will forward that on to the company, and they will get it mailed out to you.
Yes, and here you go. Okay, that was anticlimactic. Never mind. Why did it not work? There it is. All right. Anyway, that's what I were trying to use the cool stuff that this thing can do. But anyway, so congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, send me an email with your mailing address, and we'll get that sent out as soon as possible. And stay tuned to the end of this video, because we're going to be giving away something new and exciting this time as well. We'll do that at the end.
Okay, Sam, I've got a couple questions in the chat. Number
Sure.
one, DeWord is asking if that company also has talking bathroom scales. Do you know?
I don't know. I would go on their website, cirbic.com, cirbic.com. They have a whole bunch of different talking, and not just talking. They have different other different products for the visually impaired. You can also find them on Amazon. So if you search on Amazon for Cirbic, all of their products will come up as well.
Okay. Yeah, Sam does have talking bathroom scale, but it's not from that company.
Right.
Okay, we've got a bunch of people in here, which is awesome. We've got Tim Smith Fine Art from Cincinnati. He's from the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky FFB chapter.
We met Tim a couple years ago.
Yeah, which we were intending on going to the
walk this year.
Yeah, what is that called? The
FFB walk.
Is it Walk for Sight?
Maybe. Yeah.
It doesn't sound right, but our intention was to go to that this coming year, but unfortunately Sam has a speaking engagement that he's already booked, so we cannot cancel. So
but we will,
he did check to see if he could reschedule, and it just wasn't with their event that it wasn't going to work. So
yeah, but we're definitely planning on participating next year, I think.
Yeah, as soon as we know the date for the following year, we will mark it on Sam's calendar so that we don't double book.
Yeah.
Moslemko was wanting to know if you could give him information about the new glasses, and I asked which glasses, and he said the ones you spoke about most recently.
The Echo Vision glasses, yes.
Okay.
Well, we're going to be talking about that here in a minute. Whenever we're going to talk about the videos I put out this past month, so we can talk about them then. I will be talking about them, and then so we'll wait till then. And if you have specific questions after that point, put them in the chat, and I can address specific questions.
Yes. Okay. And then Audio Music Channel 2299 said, "Give us a tease. When will you show the video for the Glide?"
So yes, if you watched my NFB coverage, you saw that I got to do a updated test demo of the Glide, and I was very, very impressed. I talked about it in the video that, the first time I tested it was like 3-4 years ago, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. And I was, based on that test, I'm like, this thing is not great, guys, but they've refined it. It worked really, really well. I was very impressed with how it performed. It's quiet. It's not herky-jerky like it used to be. It's very smooth, and it did everything that it was supposed to do. And then the things that they talked about bringing out in the near future are going to be super cool as well. So yes, they are supposed to send me one. I don't know when it will be though, because they aren't fully ready yet for it to be independently reviewed, I think. They just, from what I understand, they just have gotten a batch, like 20 or so in, and that's all they have. And I think they're going to be giving those out to early adopters or whatever, early bird people. So I don't know exactly, to answer your question, I don't know exactly when I will receive it. They said it could be like 3 or 4 months. And this was about a month ago that I had this conversation. It was prior to NFB conference. So hopefully this year, it would be great if I can get it and get a proper test and record a video.
Okay. And it's the FFB walk is called Vision Walk. I knew that didn't sound right. Thank you, Tim.
Vision Walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't right, but I could not come up with it.
Yeah, I was thinking Walk for Independence, but that was the Carroll Center's one.
Yeah, that's the Carroll Center. Okay, shall we hop to the videos that you've done since the last?
Yes. Yeah. So this is I grabbed a couple of comments, a couple of questions from the videos that I put out over the last month, and we'll go through these, and figured it's easier to answer these questions here where, everybody can get the info.
Okay, so the first one were the Echo Vision videos, the unboxing, the charging, and the updates.
Yes.
Moto Bojo 2 said, small correction, the two small bags in the box contain different size nose pads. Out of the box, they have the medium-sized nose pads installed. The additional ones are a small set and a large set.
Yeah, so I put out 3 videos this month about the Echo Vision glasses. The first one was an unboxing, and in that video, there's a little bag of rubber. I thought they were rubber caps for the temples, the arms of the glasses. In hindsight, that would not make sense because there's a charging port at the end of the right temple, so it wouldn't make sense to cover that up with a rubber thing. So yes, somebody corrected me that those are actually nose bridges, and that makes more sense.
Yeah, and then Conhum 5762 said there's a lot of H's there. I don't know. KHANHHMS 5762 said, thanks, Sam, for this unboxing. I'm very interested in hearing your thoughts of these glasses once you've tested them.
Yeah, so this was another comment that I got quite a bit on the unboxing video and the how to charge video, because those are rather short videos. Um, and apparently people hadn't seen my full review video that I've already done. So if you're curious about the Echo Vision glasses and all of that, and you weren't aware, I did a full review video several months ago. They sent me the glasses and I did a full review video and posted it, and then had to send those glasses back. And now I have them again. So I'm going to be creating more videos the short time that I have the glasses. I've got them for a couple of months. So that's why these videos are coming out now. But if you haven't seen it, you want to know all the different features. Someone said, well, you didn't really describe what the glasses look like. And that's because all of that information is in that first original video that I produced a couple months ago. So if you search for Echo Vision smart glasses from a Giga review, mine will probably be the first one that pops up.
Okay. Evangeline 777 said, which is the better type of glasses for someone who is vision impaired, the Echo Vision or the Meta glasses?
Yeah, and this is another question that I get quite a lot, and it's kind of that same old question: which smartphone is best for a blind person? Which computer is best for a blind person? And the same answer that I always get: there is no best for the blind person. You really need to dissect it down, right? Like look at all the different features of the glasses and decide, and including budget. Budget should be a main concern, and then decide which one will suit your needs personally the best. So, to answer the question, there is no best anything for a blind person. It really comes down to your own personal needs.
Yeah, how you're wanting to use them and how much vision you have or don't have, and all of that
Yeah,
stuff comes into
yeah,
play.
yeah.
Okay, Mischievous Misfit System said, good lord, that case is so loud and ear piercing. Definitely going to try to muffle that when I get mine.
Yeah, so that was from the from the charging video. The case has a little button on the back, just like the Meta Ray-Ban case does, where it's a Bluetooth button. This button is the Bluetooth also, but if you double click it, the case will beep, indicating how much battery life you have in the case, which is great. It's a fantastic feature, but that beeping is a little bit loud and ear piercing, like you said. But I will say, definitely check out my third video that I put out, which was an updates video to the Echo Vision glasses, because they talked about the new case that's going to be out soon, or maybe is out now, vibrates instead of beeping. It doesn't beep, it vibrates. And so that will solve that problem.
Okay, cool. We'll go back to the chat here and pick up some questions before we move on to the next video. Is that cool?
Yeah, and if the person who was asking about the Echo Vision glasses, if there's anything specific you want to know about them, let me know in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so Joker Alice says, do you know how long the cane pouch from Fieldham will be in stock? Is it something that is it a limited time thing? And I believe it is, correct?
It is a limited edition. So I don't know. I think that's going to be until they run out of stock. I don't know how many they had manufactured. That's a very good question. I would recommend maybe shooting an email to field them.
Yeah.
Asking.
Yeah, because people probably think that you're maybe a little bit more involved in all of the production stuff and all of that, but it's not really
No,
like
I
that.
was,
Like Sam, I mean, obviously Sam agreed to do the collaboration, but has nothing to do with how many were created. He's not making money off of the individual bags. Like when you buy a bag, Sam is not
yeah,
earning money
yeah.
off of that or anything.
No,
He
no.
just agreed to be a
Yeah,
part of it.
yeah. I did that. I really am the one that kind of designed the pouch. I'm the one that chose to do a cane pouch because I wanted it to be something that, you know, people in the community could actually afford. Their bags, their backpacks are amazing and super high quality, but they're pretty pricey. So I wanted something that was smaller that people could actually get if they wanted it. And so then I came up with the design, the colors, the patch and everything. And they
And you
ran
wanted to
with
make
all.
sure it was large enough for large tips, right?
Yep. Yep. That was something that we agreed on that would be super, super beneficial. But past that, I've got nothing to do with it. You know, like Rachel said, the manufacturing, all of that, I don't have anything to do with any of that.
Yeah. Okay. Alan Simon is asking if you take any supplements for your Stargardt disease, and I can answer that. No, he does not. For him, he just tries to avoid over consuming vitamin A.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And which is hard, man. Because all multivitamins have like high levels of vitamin A. And Rachel and I were taking Grunes. If you're familiar with Grunes, it's a daily supplement. And then we looked into it and it's got, you know, it's higher than normal levels of vitamin A. So I had to stop taking it. Or I chose to stop taking it. So it's tough, but I don't take any kind of Preservision or any kind of air aids. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't do anything like that. No.
Okay. Have you discussed how the Echo glasses compare to the Solo glasses? This is from Handmade 7778.
I've never done a video on that, and the reason is that Envision sent me the Solos glasses, and I was ready to produce a video review of the Solos glasses, and then they reached out to me and said, "Never mind, we're not doing the Solos glasses anymore." And so I never did a video because they pretty much discontinued them from what I understood. The way it sounded to me that they were not going to be making the Solos glasses anymore, and that they were really wanting to take their Ally platform and put it onto other existing hardware. So for example, Meta and which they did, and then you know, maybe other glasses that come out in the future. Instead of making their own glasses, they're just going to focus on the software. And so it never, I never really did anything with it, and from that point on I really stopped talking about the Solos glasses because from, like I said, from what the information I got, they're not doing them anymore.
Yeah. Okay. The next question is from Alex Potter 5218. Do you have any opinion on the new Samsung Watch 9? Are you familiar with it, Sam?
I'm not. First of all, huge thank you to Alex for being a member of the channel. But no, I haven't heard anything about it. Where'd you go,
That
Rachel?
was me. That was
Oh,
me.
okay.
I just changed it so it's just you on the screen instead of my avatar was on there too, which is silly.
Okay. Yeah, so I haven't seen anything about the new Samsung Watch 9. Gosh, it's hard to believe. I think I had the classic 3. I still do. I think you had the 4, Rach. It's kind of hard to believe they're up to 9 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Alex was asking which vitamin A, Alex, and that's very specific to Stargardt disease.
Yes.
The mechanism that causes problems for Stargardts is a waste product buildup that is a waste product from vitamin A. So that's why he has to, he doesn't avoid it completely because he needs to eat a well-balanced diet. You do still need vitamin A. He just doesn't take anything that has excess vitamin A. He doesn't eat an excess amount of carrots or sweet potatoes, though he does eat carrots. He's just not
Yeah.
going to he doesn't choose baby carrots as a snack that he's going to snack on every day, stuff like that. But that's super specific to Stargardts. That does not mean if you have low vision, you shouldn't eat vitamin A. It's only Stargardts.
Right.
Okay, the Blind Striker is suggesting that you do a review on Package Hero. It's a mobile game.
Okay.
So make a note.
Yep.
So Louis Urbieta is asking, if I were to get a cane tip for my no jab cane, which one would y'all recommend? The Pathfinder 360 or the OmniSense cane tip? Love what y'all do for the blind community.
So, personally, you guys leave your recommendations in the chat, but can you even get the OmniSense anymore? I only knew of the low vision shop up in Maryland was selling it, and they shut down a couple years ago. If you can get the OmniSense, I don't know. It's hard to say. They're very similar in functionality anyway. Omnidirectional rolling. The Pathfinder 360 tends to be a little smoother, but at the same time, because of the way the ball rolls, it's kind of like a wheel on a shopping cart, how it can roll fine, but then every now and then you might get in it might turn a certain weird way and it kind of flops around a little bit. If that makes sense. The Pathfinder 360 can kind of do that now and then. But I'd say they're very similar.
Sam, I just looked it up. OmniSense is sold at Walmart,
Get out of here.
Maxi-Aids. I refuse to get out of here.
You
Walmart,
get out of here right now.
Walmart, Maxi-Aids, LS&S, and what's this last one? Independent Living something.
Okay.
Independent Living Aids LLC.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't surprise me.
So it's still out there and available.
Walmart.
The hook style and the push-on style.
Yeah.
At first glance, I only see the hook style for Walmart, but that doesn't mean anything. And the price at all those places are very similar, between $49.99 and $50.95. So,
yeah.
Sam, when I search OmniSense cane tip, of course, the first thing it gives me is like the sponsored product things, which is how I saw where they're all sold. And then there's two websites, the Omnia Wheel and then LS&S. And then the very next thing is your review.
Yeah. As it should be.
Handmaid said, wow, I didn't know that. I've had problems with my solos and I couldn't reach anyone. What if we have solos glasses? That's a great question.
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Shima B21 is just saying they're very curious to know about the robot guide dog, and I know you're looking forward to getting one to be able to really put it through the paces, aren't you?
I am. Because even personally, I've got some interest in it as well. Because there's, certain times that a guide dog would be very helpful for me, but it's not often enough to get a guide dog, if that makes sense, right? It's like walking into a dark restaurant from outside. I have no idea where the counter is. I have no idea. Or like, walking from my table back to the bathroom. If I know where the bathroom is and it's dark in the restaurant and there's dark furniture and everybody's wearing dark clothes, it's like those times having something that could guide me around all the people would be really helpful. But it's not enough to actually have a dog. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm definitely am.
Okay. Several people commenting on how much they really like their Pathfinder 360 tip.
Yep.
Talking about how it works great for not getting caught on things.
One thing I'll say to add to that debate, the Pathfinder 360, or I should say the OmniSense, has this little kickstand like thing. So if you lean it up against a wall, the kickstand will hold it up. Pathfinder doesn't have anything like that. So the Pathfinder, it's just something to keep in mind. If you're standing there and you want to lean on your cane at all, it's going to roll right out from under you. If you try to lean it up against a wall, like next to a table at the restaurant, it's going to roll away. The OmniSense won't do that if you do it the right way, if you lean it up the right way. So that's something else to kind of keep in mind too.
Yeah, Red Smoke Adaptive says that he has an OmniSense, or as he calls it, an Omni Roller. Says I've run miles before with that tip. I like that they last forever. They're really good for rolling over ice and snow.
Yeah, yeah. They're loud. They're louder. So if you like, I love using my Omni walking through an airport because everybody turns and looks like, what is that rattling noise?
Okay, we'll hop to the next video feedback. The first one was the Daisy app video.
Yes. Yep. Daisy app. It's a new AI powered app, and it's a free app, which is probably the most important thing about this. Free app available for Android and iOS. Daisy, spelled DAISEE. So DAIC, Daisy, but it's pronounced Daisy. Check it out. It's got a lot of really cool features. There weren't too many questions in the comments of that video. The video did really well. I think it has like over 4,000 views or something. A lot of people were saying they really enjoyed using it, found it very helpful. There were some criticisms about things that I talked about in the video. The color contrast wasn't great. The voices weren't great. But I do want to mention, and I even mentioned this in the video, that I was working very closely with the developer, and he took all the feedback. His name's Billy. He lives in the UK. He took all the feedback that I was giving about these things, and he immediately corrected all the things that I talked about in the video. So super thankful to his commitment to make this an amazing app for the VIP and keep it free. So yeah, check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, which makes it sound like if you are using the app and you have feedback, to leave that feedback maybe where, I don't know, like I know the Google Play Store, is it for Google or is it for Apple or is it for both?
Both.
Both. I know Google Play Store, you can, leave reviews and comments, and
Yeah.
he sounds like the type that's looking at those and would probably take your feedback seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay,
Definitely.
the next video after that was the Earfun Clip 2.
Yes, these are open ear clip style earbuds. And the reason why I featured these is because they're more accessible, I thought, than some others. Other ones, well, firstly, I love the clip style earbuds because they are open ear, but they're not super annoying like bone conducting. I hate bone conducting headphones. And I realize that I'm kind of alone on that, but they just drive me crazy. So these open ear clip style are very lightweight. Like I will forget that I'm wearing them. But they still leave your ear open to the world around you, which is great. And that was the initial reason why I started making videos about these types of earbuds. But most of them are touch activated. Like you have to tap the side of the earbud to like switch tracks or turn up volume and that sort of thing. And that's not great for us. I know for me, I have a hard time kind of knowing where to tap without touching it first, So then these have a physical button, which I always love physical buttons. So that's the other reason why I wanted to make this video, and I proclaim them the most accessible open ear earbuds that I've ever tried anyway.
And there was a comment on that from Harpreet. He said no noise canceling correct only transparency mode, or is there not that either?
So yes, and once again, huge thank you to Harpreet for being a channel member as well. No noise cancellation, and I kind of thought that open ear earbuds like this wouldn't have noise cancellation because it kind of defeats the purpose of being open ear. But somebody else responded to that question and said that they have a different style of clip earbuds that do have noise cancellation. So it must be a thing, but these do not have them. And the transparency mode is just the way they naturally are. Transparency mode means that you can hear surrounding you while you're wearing the earbuds. Well, that's how they clip style always is. So no need for an extra transparency mode. They're always transparency mode.
Okay. Let's see. William Davis, that I'm hopping back over to our chat here, said
Sure.
that my glasses aren't really working for improving my vision. I have peripheral vision issues and depth perception issues. I wondered if there's a special type of glasses I can get for that. I think isn't depth perception issues generally related, like if both of your eyes basically need to be working in order to have good depth perception. Is that correct?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, because you have depth perception issues as well.
Yeah, and I think mine's mostly because of my central vision. Don't have any central vision, but yeah, I don't know if you're just talking about prescription glasses. If you are, then I have no idea.
Like, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea about that. And even electronic glasses, the problem is that all of them pretty much, they just have a single camera. And when you just have one camera, then you don't have depth perception either. They really need to come out with, and this is my idea for anybody that's an engineer out there that wants to make this, but I think they need to have a wraparound style sunglasses style wearable that has 2 cameras in the front and 2 cameras on the sides, and somehow puts that image onto the wraparound lens so that you have true depth perception and you have peripheral vision on the wraparound because of the side cameras. That's my grand idea. So somebody needs to make that. It's like totally not even plausible in the real world and physics and engineering and all that, but still, I can come up with the idea and someone else can figure out how to do it.
Lewis was asking where you would find a tip, OmniSense cane tip, like what section of Walmart. And my assumption is it's probably only available online.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but that would be my guess because let me see if it says online only. I can't imagine that they have it available in the store, or it would be like very limited stores.
Yeah, I would say if it is in a store, it's probably like where the mobility canes are over in the pharmacy area. If they're going to have it there, I can't imagine they have a blind section in Walmart.
Oh, here we go. It's actually it's available on the Walmart website, but it's sold and shipped by MaxiAids.
Oh, okay. So it's just MaxiAids selling through Walmart.
Yeah, it's just like you can sell through Amazon, apparently you can sell through Walmart too. So it's basically MaxiAids selling it, but through the Walmart website. So yeah, you're not going to be able to find it in store. Okay. Go back to the videos. The next one after that was the Tesla versus Waymo video.
Yes, that was my trip to the NFB conference in Austin. Austin has both Waymo and the Tesla Robo Taxi, and so I was able to take a test ride in both of those to kind of experience the autonomous driving, full self-driving, and really testing the accessibility in both of those as well. And went pretty well. I don't remember. Is there a comment for those?
Yeah, there's a couple comments. Tony 2001 said, "Hey Sam, I'm just curious, do the apps let you speak your location and destination, or do they make you type it?"
So you can speak them. Both, well, at least in Austin, I heard from some commenters that that's not the case everywhere, but at least in Austin, the Waymo is done through the Uber app. So the Uber app is accessible with voice and all that, so you're able to do that. And then the Robo Taxi has its own app, but it was very similar to Uber or Lyft app, the way you book a ride and everything. So, so yeah, you're able to use your voice dictation to search for an address and choose where you want to go.
Okay.
Also, real quick,
oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
real quick, I just looked up Pathfinder 360 tip. It's about the same price, right around $50. So
Okay.
not much difference in pricing.
And then Arctic Quattro said, "Was there a cost difference between Robo and a driver?"
No, at least not that we noticed. I was riding with my friend Heather, and she booked the Robo Taxi, and then I booked the Waymo coming back. And no, there wasn't much. I didn't notice any kind of difference as far as a regular ride sharing Lyft or Uber ride. Obviously, it's different for times of days and peak hours and all of that. But
Yeah. So it's
uh,
hard to know for sure unless you
yeah,
tried to book both right at the same time.
yeah. But I don't think there was any. It wasn't like, oh, geez, this is way more expensive than it normally would be. Nothing like that.
Okay. The other thing that I know someone had commented saying you should do more videos about that topic, and it's important for people to understand it's not available everywhere. So that was kind of a special treat for Sam because he was in Austin and they had them available. But in our area where we live, none of those are. Waymo is not here. None of those are here.
Yeah. But NFB is going to be in Austin again next year. So while I'm there next year, I'll do my best to get some more videos or test it out some more.
Okay. Let's see. So DeWord said that was an awesome video, and I think you were very brave to get into the Tesla taxi.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. I was like, let's go. 'Cause I'm a professional passenger, so it wasn't any different than having somebody up there driving.
Yeah, trust in a person versus trust in the robot, basically.
Yeah. I'll tell you a fun story though. We did get in trouble. We got yelled at by Waymo. So my other friend Myrna, who, if you are have ever used Iris Vision, or she now works for Blind Shell, Myrna. She's
Well,
a member of the channel.
she was also in the recent audiobook video.
Yes, yeah, she was in the Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobook video that we did, audiobook club video. She and her husband. So Myrna was there with her daughter, and then there was another Blind Shell rep was there as well. And so we all went out to eat, and on the way back, we're like, let's get a Waymo to go back. But there was 4 of us, and so Myrna was like, no, you just sit in the driver's seat. It's okay. I've seen videos, people sit in the driver's seat when there's 4 people. And so I'm like, okay. So the Waymo pulls up and there's no handle to get into the driver's side. So I'm like, okay, that should have been the first red flag that this isn't what we're supposed to be doing. But Myrna's daughter, Julia, from the inside opened the driver's side door for me. And so I open it up and the seatbelt is clipped on the driver's side. So I unclipped the seatbelt, and as soon as
red
that should have been number 2 red flag. Yeah, but as soon as I unclipped the seatbelt, all of a sudden this voice says, "Contacting customer support. Please wait." I'm like, oh crap, we did it, guys. So then this guy gets on, and he had a very bored voice, like, "Hi, I'm Justin from Waymo customer support. I see that you've undone the seatbelt for the driver's side." And by this time, I was sitting in the driver's seat, and he proceeds, and I had to squeeze in too because the seat was pushed up for the back passengers. Red flag number 3 right there. or not red flag, but indication number 3 that this is not what we're supposed to be doing. But so he proceeds to tell us that no, we're not allowed to ride in the front seat, and we need to stop it. We need to knock it off. Or they will potentially, you know, suspend the account, the Uber account for the person. So we're like, oh, sorry, sorry. So I sat in the passenger seat, and then all three of the girls got in the back. And then, yeah, so we got a little bit in trouble for doing that, and we should have known better. But I blame Myrna. It was all Myrna's fault, as usual.
Tim Smith Fine Art said that he's ridden with Waymo a couple of times in Scottsdale and had wonderful experience.
Yeah, so you need to watch my video if you haven't seen it, my comparison between the Tesla taxi and the Waymo. Spoiler, Waymo, I made the joke in the video that Waymo was Waymo accessible. And and it was, but there was reasons, and I talk about why in the video, and I kind of go more in depth.
William Davis said that he was talking with the Metro Access driver this morning in Austin, and they told him that there's a deal being made with Waymo there in Austin to help people with disabilities. So that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully it's, reduced fare or discounts or something like that.
L Hamill 64 had a good point. He said, I assume you didn't pay a tip for the self-driving rides though, right?
That is a very good question. I don't think I did. I did the Waymo through the Uber. I'll have to ask Heather if she gave a tip for the.
I mean, you shouldn't.
Tesla.
Who you tipping?
Right. Yeah. I never tip anyway, so it's fine.
That's not true. Don't say that. You do tip.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That was like Sam and my very first semi argument was our very first date. I got on him for not tipping enough at a restaurant.
But I was also like 22.
Yeah, that was like 27 years ago. It was a long time ago. But yeah, if the fares themselves are very even, but then you're not paying a tip, then you're actually saving money.
Yeah, that's another benefit of taking the driverless.
William Davis said, I've only ridden Waymo once, and I kept thinking about the Terminator and Skynet. You say you were thinking about that too, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but think about that. Some people in the comments said they expected Johnny Cab to pop up from The Fifth Element, the flying driverless cab that has the little robot in the front. Says, "Hi, I'm Johnny Cab. Welcome." No, I'm sorry. That was Total Recall, not Fifth Element. Total Recall.
Yeah. Blind Striker said, "Have you heard that Amazon is going to be having an AI vehicle this year?"
No, I have to look into that. We'll talk about the cool AI vehicles here when we get to the NFB video.
Okay. And then just really quick, we can address this really quick. Amarlo Jimmy? Sorry, I'm sorry. It's so hard to know. I'm assuming this is probably more than one name, but it's all smashed together, so I don't know where to divide it, and I have no idea. So I apologize to everyone whose names I butcher during these videos. But asking if you've tried the Glide device, it's amazing. I'm enthusiastic to know your viewpoint about it. So in Sam's NFB video, he addresses that he got to try it at NFB, and hopefully in a couple of months they'll be sending him one that he's going to try more in depth.
Do a full review, and hopefully by that time there will be snow on the ground too. That will give me an extra layer of testing.
Yeah. Luis Urbieta is asking if there's a robo-taxi in Escondido, California. We don't know that. I don't know that, but I figured I'd say it out loud. So if someone else knows, maybe they can leave a comment. I'm sure there's a place to look up where where Waymo and where the various things are available. But it sounds like the Tesla is not available very many places yet, right? It's still very early.
That I'm not sure. There is an app, the Robotaxi app, and so maybe you could download the app, and maybe that would have it let you know if it's available in your area or not.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the videos. Talking scale and clock videos, which you just gave away 3 of those talking scales.
Yep, and we talked about it already.
Yeah, Samuel Carlson 1442 was asking, does it read in real time or does it wait to update until you've stopped adding weight to the scale? He's tested different ones. They all seem to have this problem. It's pretty frustrating in daily use when baking and such, but also makes it impossible to make manual pour over coffee, which is my use case.
See, yeah, I read that and I don't know. I've never experienced a scale that would do that in real time, like for pouring liquid.
Yeah.
All the ones I've ever tried myself, you pour a little bit, then you wait a second and it reads it out loud to you, especially if it's going to be reading it out audibly. Maybe the display might be able to do real time, but I don't see how the voice would be able to do that. So it does not, to answer the question. It's just your standard scale. That was another thing too. Somebody left a comment saying that the voice wasn't great, and they wish that if, in this day and age of AI voices, couldn't they get a better voice, or couldn't we have the option to choose a different voice? And you maybe could, but you just got to remember that's going to be adding all kinds of complexity into this thing. That's going to require more programming and stuff. And I think this is just supposed to be a simple, straightforward kitchen scale. And for the price too, that would bump up the price if you added in a bunch of different features like that. So it does. One thing that I thought was super cool is it can weigh milliliters, which I was like surprised. Rachel and I were both surprised when we saw that.
I don't understand that, honestly, because not all liquids weigh the same.
I know. I don't understand it either. But it does have it.
By that. I can understand it working for like water or something that has the same density as water. But yeah. Otherwise I don't trust that one.
And that's something too. That's a trick I always tell people. If you're wanting to weigh out liquids, or get the accurate liquid measurement, and you can't see a measuring cup very well, you can weigh out liquids, and you can just ask, your Amazon Echo or your Google device or your Siri or whatever. You can ask, like, how much does 1 cup of milk weigh, or how much does 1 cup of 1 tablespoon of vinegar, how much does that weigh, or whatever, and it will give you the weight, and then you can use a talking scale to get that accurate measurement.
Yeah.
And Carry On Accessibility asked if you've been listening to her conversation. She had just said the other day that she needed a kitchen scale.
And yes, I did. That's exactly why I posted that video, because like your Amazon Echo, I'm always listening.
And then that guitar 361 said, question, we all have our smartphones and they have much better clocks. Why do we need a clock by itself nowadays? Just wondering. Thanks for having a great platform for us VIP.
Yeah, and this was another question. And I see this question in some form or another quite often. And it just comes down to having options for people. Yes, smartphones can do this kind of stuff and can do amazing things, but you do have to remember that we still, in modern society, have people that don't use smartphones for whatever reason. Physically, they can't use a smartphone, maybe mobility issues, things like that. Maybe they're just not tech savvy enough to use a smartphone. Everybody, I'm sure a lot of people have their grandmother, their great grandmother who never had a smartphone and isn't going to be learning how to use an iPhone right anytime soon. They need to have options as well. And so that's why these things exist. Someone else commented, yes, also, but a smartphone has the potential to die. You forget to charge it and it's not available, or maybe doesn't really apply in this situation, but a smartphone doesn't have internet access, and so it can't do some of the things that maybe a dedicated device could do because it doesn't need internet access. So yeah, it's all about having options.
Well, and I think too, they're starting to become, I think more and more people also are trying to step away from their phone for portions of the day as well, because
I know I need to do that. I like that brick thing that's come out. I'm really considering getting one for myself because my phone becomes such a time suck. So, if you are purposely putting your phone in another room so that you can be productive and do other things, you still need a clock.
Yeah. Yep. There's lots of different reasons why it would be useful.
Yes. Okay, the next video was the Field'em, the Blind Life limited edition cane pouch collaboration.
Yeah. Which
Woohoo!
I have mine right here. So we talked a little bit about it earlier. If you are not aware, I teamed up with Field'em, the amazing company out of Korea that makes handmade bags and other types. I want to say luggage, but it's not really luggage. Lots of different types of bags and carrying things. Sling pouches and stuff. Anyway, they make for the disabled community, specifically for the disabled community, wheelchair, mobility impairment, vision impairment. So I partnered up with them to create a custom Blind Life cane pouch, and very, very excited. Very, very happy to be associated with that company.
Okay, so some of the questions. The night shift said, why would I need a pouch for my cane? I need to use it, not carry it around in a pouch.
Yeah. And Field'em actually did a fantastic job answering some of these questions and comments in the video, but we're not always using our canes. There's times when you go to a restaurant and you need to do something with your cane. If it's a folding cane, what's the one thing we're not supposed to do?
Don't put it on the freaking table.
Yeah, we don't put it on the table. I'm bad about that sometimes. I try to put it behind me in my chair, but sometimes the chair has an open back and the thing falls. I try to put it on the floor, and then it's kind of in the way. Try to hold it in my lap. So there's certain times that you need to put your cane away. You're riding on the bus, you're riding on the plane, you're in class. So having a cane pouch could be very helpful for a lot of that. I've got a buddy who he made his own, but he wears it like a holster on his belt. Every time I see him, he's got his cane pouch on a cane holster on his belt, and he comes in for different events and he puts it in his holster. So yeah, so a cane bag, a cane pouch could be helpful in a lot of situations.
Yeah. And then Bonnie Denning Royal said, Sam, what's in the secret pouch? I love secret pouches, particularly ones filled with a secret.
So yeah, this was another comment I got, and I don't know, maybe in my video I wasn't clear because I said there's something super secret happening here. But it wasn't referring to, and I think maybe because it's called a cane pouch, they kind of misconstrued what I said there. The secret to this cane pouch is that it expands. It has an expandable panel in the back here, which means that it can expand to accommodate much larger canes and much larger cane tips. So the Pathfinder 360 tip we were talking about earlier, the OmniSense tip, maybe some of the rolling disc size tips, those will be able to fit in here because of the expanding pouch. Now, it does have the other super secret thing is on the inside. Let me pull my cane out. On the inside, we have the logo. The Blind Life logo is hidden on the inside. The skull with the sunglasses and the cross canes. That's kind of hidden on the inside. And on the inside of all of their cane pouches is a little mesh pouch that you could probably put something in. I saw somebody left a comment and said that it's the perfect size to hold a Snickers bar. Just in case.
That's my kind of people.
Yeah. So you don't get hangry. But other than that, nothing secret other than the expanding part.
Okay. And then JDDJ7052 said, is it washable? It's very important to be able to wash something that stores something that touches the ground all the time.
And yes, this is made out of the same kind of material that a backpack is made out of. I think they call it like ballistic grade nylon or something like that. So it is completely washable. You'd be able to submerge it, scrub it with some light soap and stuff, rinse it out, no problem. Keep it nice and squeaky clean.
Yeah. The word just made a comment about a cane pouch that they got with their field and bag. So I don't think this cane pouch, but a previous one. And the word, I think there's a typo because it says 19 falls out of the cane pouch. But because of that, so I never really used it. So I'm not sure how that
My
cane pouch
cane.
What's that?
I think it's probably supposed to be she probably dictated and it's supposed to be my cane falls out.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is a similar design, like my cane pouch here, the base design is the same as that. That's Fieldham's cane pouch design. But it has been modified a little bit. And one of the things that I wanted to modify was I wanted to give it a wider Velcro strap at the top here. The original cane pouch design has a snap and a thin strap that snaps. And that strap is supposed to help hold the cane in. But I kind of found the same thing, that maybe it would slip to the side because it was a snap. It would slide, it would kind of rotate, and the cane would fall out. So when I designed this one, I said we need a thicker strap at the top, and I wanted it to be Velcro, so you wouldn't have to fumble with a snap. And so because of that, the cane cannot fall out of this cane pouch because of that thick strap there, and because it stays on the top.
Okay. That's a good information to know, though.
I did it right, man. I that's my whole job. I identify what's wrong with the product and say, how can we make this better?
This is jumping back a little bit, but the ReadySab, ReddYSAB, said the Waymo Accessible was a banger in that Tesla Robo Taxi versus Waymo comparison video. I knew you'd appreciate that, Sam.
Thank you very much. That's why I do it. It's for the giggles.
Okay, so the last video was the NFB convention highlights video.
Yes, yeah. And so very bare bones. Eric Cartman, fan of the channel, or one of my favorite people that watches the channel. He left a comment on that video and said, was praising the editing on the video, and I was like, gosh, I really didn't do much editing at all. I actually kind of put it out as bare bones. I didn't put in too much B-roll or anything like that, like I normally do, but I appreciate it. But that video was just full of highlight clips from booths at the conference, booths that I thought were new and interesting, so to speak. At these conferences, I tend to see a lot of the same people, a lot of the same companies. And so if they're not showing off anything new, and I've already talked about them on my channel, then I generally don't record. So I want to find new stuff. And so that's what that channel was, or that video was, a lot of the new stuff. And one of the new things that kind of goes along with what we've been talking about here with Tesla. Tesla was there, and they had a booth, and they talked about the new cyber cab is what it's going to be called. So they currently have the robo taxi, and I think I'm going to do a full video about this soon, but they currently have the robo taxi. But they're coming out with, and that's just one of their Tesla cars that's been modified with the full self-driving. So there's a driver's seat, there's a wheel, there's pedals. It's just a regular car. But they had the new cyber cab, and they had it there at the conference. You could go take a look at it, but it is one of their new fully autonomous, built just for passenger vehicles. So it does not have a wheel, it doesn't have pedals, it just has two seats. You sit in it, it has a big screen, you tell it where you want to go, and it takes you. They are claiming that within 2 years, and this is a bit of it's optimistic in my opinion, but within 2 years, this Cybercab will be available for purchase around $30,000, and you'll be able to buy it. You'll be able to own it, and it will be able to drive you around wherever you want to go. Then when you're not using it, you can send it out to do like ride sharing for you in your city. And then it will come back at the end of the day and charge up and all of that stuff. And so when you're not using it, actively using it, it can go out and make money for you. So sounds pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this and keep following this. Very exciting, though. Potentially very exciting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, I think there's a difference between the technology being available and the laws allowing it as well, because I'm not sure that autonomous vehicles are allowed to be driven on the road in a lot of places, you know?
Yeah, I talked to someone down in Alabama. They're not maybe it was my sister talking about they're not allowed there. So they don't
Yeah,
have
that's
any.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. And then there's the whole thing about fully electric cars not working well in colder environments.
Mhm.
I'm sure that will, but this is all still, imagine where we were 5-10 years ago. 10 years ago, the thought of, driverless cars, no one had ever even seen one. And now they're all over the place. So another 10 years from now, what's it going to be like? It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, DeWord said Uber isn't even allowed where they live.
Mm.
Well, and that's the thing too is, as far as, like, fully electric cars, I feel like if you live somewhere super rural, that's probably not as, practical. And then same thing with the rideshare stuff. If you live somewhere that's really rural, that could be more different. You know, there's areas where, Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever don't work well because it's
Yeah.
so rural. And so if those don't work, then neither is a driverless car. So
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, you could argue that those are the places that need this stuff the most, especially for the blind community, because they're
a hun
so isolated.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work is the problem.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think as this becomes more the norm and all of that, I think a lot of this has changed. What will change? Like I was talking about, whenever you go to 5 years ago, any airport, the Lyft and Uber would just drop you off at the front door or whatever and pick you up at the front door. Now they have dedicated areas and dedicated like parking areas for these ride sharing. And that had to be adapted because of the popularity of ride sharing. They needed to create their own dedicated spaces. And so I could totally see that, in the near future, autonomous vehicles are going to have their own dedicated places. Well, I mean, we're already seeing that because like the Waymos, we had to walk to a parking lot where the Waymo was picking up people and dropping people off because they couldn't come on the hotel property, or they weren't going on the hotel property. And somebody was speculating that it was probably a liability thing. And so they had to have these dedicated areas where you got in your Waymo and got out of your Waymo. And so, I mean, I could see it, the infrastructure changing over time to accommodate these things.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it will come along. I just don't see 2 years being anywhere near time for all
Yeah.
of that stuff to
No,
change.
I think that's optimistic as well.
Yeah. Okay, the the comments on that video. Technically, Leonard said, "Great video as always, Sam. By the way, be careful petting that wrestler. LOL. I totally get what you were getting at, though. I've had those dictation goofs before many times. It can be embarrassing. That one's just funny, though."
Yeah, yeah. So in that NFB video, I had a commercial for this dictation program that I've been using a lot lately called Codesk. And in that commercial, I was talking about how traditional dictation can often get things wrong, or typos and things like that. And so I think I said, I want to meet you at the restaurant and instead it said pet the wrestler or something. I forget exactly what it was, but it was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last comment was from Vigal79. I want to try out the app you suggested for a dictation, but I need somebody to put it in the comments or spell it for me because I want to make sure I'm looking at the right app.
Yes. So most of the comments were just talking about thanking me for making the video and for highlighting the technology and how cool the technology was. There wasn't a lot of questions about that stuff, but there were several questions about this program that I was talking about. And so that's why I wanted to put them in here in case other people were confused. So yeah, it's called Codesk, but it's spelled Koedesk. And I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced, Codesk. That's how the screen reader pronounces it, so that's how I'm going to pronounce it. But it's a third-party dictation plugin for all devices, computers, mobile devices, and it works really, really well. It uses AI to listen to what you're saying and put it in perfectly with the punctuation and everything, which way better than the built-in dictation on my computer does. It's fine, but this does it way, way, way better. So if anybody's interested, I've got a link in the video description, Codesk, Koedesk.
Okay. And then we'll go back to the chat here. Michael Jones 1326 says, do you have an opinion on whether to buy Meta glasses or Echo Vision for a low vision user?
Yeah, we talked about that.
The answer to this.
We talked about that earlier. That's a very common question. And no, I am the worst. And I know this probably drives people crazy because they ask me this all the time. What's the best this for blind people? What's the best that for blind people? And I am a firm believer that there is no best of anything. You have to look at all the individual features and look at what's your budget, what your use case is, what your needs are, and look at the glasses individually and decide if kind of compare and contrast and decide which one suits your needs the most and then go for that, including budget. I always say budget should be very an important decision factor. So unfortunately, I will never tell you if something is better or worse than something else for the blind community.
Yeah, because every wearable out there, none of them do all of the exact same things. And if there is one that does all of the exact same things, chances are one of those does not do all of those things better than the other one. So it really depends on what is most important to you, what tasks that item can do are most important for you. And again, how much vision you have, how much vision you don't have, and what you're trying to accomplish.
And what your budget is. That's the thing.
Yes.
People, I see a lot of people saying, all the time, Apple has better accessibility than Windows, or Apple has better accessibility than Android. And I'm like, in some areas, yes. In some other areas, no. But budget, what is your budget? Can you afford a $1,700 iPhone? No? Okay. Then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how amazing the accessibility is. You can't afford it.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to more granular decisions rather than just as a whole.
Okay. Davida Davis Lure said, can you purchase the pouch on Amazon?
No, it is not available on Amazon. You can only get the Fieldom Blind Life cane pouch through the Fieldom website, but the price is going to be the same as if they were doing it on Amazon, and you do get free shipping through Fieldom's website. Free shipping to the US. I'm not sure about other countries, but at least to the US, it's free shipping. So you're not getting any benefit going through Amazon that you're not getting going through the Fieldom website directly.
Yeah. Okay, so Sam, Louis Urbieta has a great question. What new reviews do you have in the future?
Oh, cha-cha-cha-ching. Let me see. What new reviews do we have? Sorry. Any excuse to use it. Um, so I've got some cool stuff coming out in the near future. And incidentally, you guys are going to get a little sneak peek, but normally this is information that I only reserve for my members. Another benefit of being a member is they get to see videos before everybody else gets to see the videos. So once again, information about becoming a member on my YouTube channel. But somebody sent me a really cool external battery bank, like a power bank, that is fully accessible. It has audio, so it will verbally tell you how much battery is in the power bank. But it also has tactile. It has like Braille pins, refreshable Braille display on it that will pop up and tell you by tactily how much power is in the battery bank. So super cool. So that video will be coming out very soon. I'm going to be doing a video about an update to the Blind Shell phone. Going to be doing a video about these. Here, I can even show you real quick. This is in this case here, looks like a ring case because in here is a electronic ring that will control your devices. So we'll control your phone, we'll control your computer with this little ring that you wear on your finger. Kind of cool. So that's coming out soon. I have a brand new video magnifier, 12-inch portable video magnifier from Irie AT that I'm going to be doing a video about as well. I'm excited about that. Very impressed with this video magnifier. And then I've got new light up canes, new LED canes, special that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. That video is coming out soon too.
Okay.
That's it. You just get a little taste of what's in store.
And we also were tossing around the idea of doing a bit of a challenge video for me, but has to do with low vision. So that we haven't completely fleshed that out yet, but we're thinking about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be Rachel's getting blindfolded and she's gonna complete a task.
Yeah, or I'm gonna attempt to see someone basically seeing how accessible some of these things are for someone who basically isn't trained on how to use accessibility.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. The word said that they tried Codesk, but they had trouble switching back to a regular keyboard to type in passwords. Did you struggle with that, Sam?
No. Oh, do you mean on the mobile? Probably meaning on the mobile. No, I haven't had a problem. On the computer is where I've been using it, and it works great. You just hold down the keyboard. You can create your own keyboard button command. And then for me, I just have it set as my right Alt key, and I just hold it down and I talk. And when I let go, it's kind of like a walkie-talkie. When I let go, all the text just pops in and it's all spelled correctly. It's all punctuated correctly, capitalization. Even if I kind of flub my sentence a little bit, it using AI, it knows what I meant to say and it puts it in the right way. You are right though. It does not work in password fields, but no dictation does. Anyway, as far as that I know of. So you do have to type that in, but I don't have any problems going back and forth, at least on the computer. I haven't tried it on the mobile. I need to try that.
Okay. The Blind Striker says, while we're talking about Apple, what are your thoughts about Apple Intelligence with iOS 27?
So it's what I've seen is worked well. I'm running the beta for 27 and everything is going well. If anybody is interested in putting the beta on their phone, VoiceOver is working okay. It hasn't been anything terrible. It repeats some things here and there. But the Apple Intelligence, the problem is that I have an iPhone 15 And to really get the full new Siri, you have to have a 16 or above, 16 or 17. And so I don't have that. So I don't have, right now, I don't have a way to test that. So I don't know.
Right now.
Well, I mean, I might be able to use one of my iPads at work and see if that is going to work out. I have not done the beta 27 on the iPad at work.
Okay, the Blind Striker also said that ring is a lot like the smart band I showed you on my live the other day. I'm also super hyped about the light up canes.
Yep. Blind Striker, he knows a lot about these canes, so you can check out his Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Yeah, we'll see. You're, as always, you're gonna get my full opinion. I'm gonna tell you guys the good and the bad. And as cool as the ring is, it might not be all that it's cracked up to be. You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Just a second. I'm looking for the link to the Field'em bag because someone was asking for it. So
Okay.
give me just a minute as I look.
All right. And then we will here in a second, as soon as Rachel's done. If you guys have any more questions, let us know. But we still have to do our big giveaway for this month. So stay tuned for that. I could have found it really quickly, Rach.
Okay,
sorry.
I've got it. That's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't make a pretty link for it. It's a very long link, but it's in there. Okay.
Dead air.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just reading through some of these other comments. Some are just comments. I'm going to try to skip over the comments and get to the questions since we got to be wrapping stuff up here pretty soon. We're already about an hour and a half in.
Yep.
Jackson Marlin 6 was wondering what program or glasses read an email. There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a new app that Blind Striker and I and a couple of others have been playing around with called Lumen, Lumen, if I remember correctly, that reads out emails, and it's basically AI that interacts with your email. I believe, unless they've updated it, it was only working for Gmail, but that's pretty cool. You could basically, it could read your emails to you, and you could tell it to respond and delete and all of that, archive. The Daisy app can do something similar, so check that out. Let's see what else. Copilot can do it on Outlook. It can summarize emails for you and draft replies and things like that. It can also look up information, so you can ask Copilot, okay, John Smith sent me a photo of a dog a couple months ago. Can you find that for me? And it will pull it up for you. It's pretty powerful. So there's a couple things out there. Yeah. And it's kind of, I think the world is still trying to figure out the AI. But we're slowly getting to the point where it's going to be like the computer on Star Trek, where it's just one system that pretty much does everything, runs everything. And, it can do your calendar. It can do your email. It can look up stuff online. It can shop for you. I mean, it can do everything. It's just one system that you just talk to. And I think that's really going to be amazing.
Okay. Face the Nation said, what kind of jobs are available for blind or low vision in corporate America? which is a huge question that is more than can probably be addressed here. But I was just going to say that Sam does have a series of videos called Working Blind, where he interviews a bunch of people that are blind and low vision and have careers. But I'll tell you, attending different conferences is a great way to kind of see all the things that different blind people are doing because FFB, for the Foundation Fighting Blindness, their Visions conference is a great example. You know, there are a lot of professionals there that work in a variety of different, I don't even know what you would say, different things, different
Yeah.
positions, different fields that are completely blind or low vision. And it just really show you that with hard work and determination, you can do almost anything.
Yeah. Check out the Working Blind series. That was born out of that very question. Being asked that question so many times that I decided it was Rachel's idea actually originally that I should start interviewing people to find out what they're doing, how they got into that, what kind of accommodations they need, what kind of education did they require, do they face any discrimination at the job, that sort of thing. So I have a whole playlist for Working Blind. It's also available on the Blind Life podcast, which if you're not aware, I have a podcast as well. The Blind Life podcast is available on most of the normal podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all of that stuff. So yeah, lots of great. And I've interviewed people high level at Sony, high level at Microsoft, independent people working for themselves, all levels of vision loss, all levels of careers.
Tony Gebhard gifted 5 the Blind Life memberships. That was very generous. Thank you, Tony.
Oh, thanks, Tony. Tony is the creator of the NVDA Coach, a plugin for NVDA teaching you how to use NVDA. I did an interview with him recently and went out on the podcast.
Yeah. Sam, remind me when we're done here. I just had an idea of someone you should contact to do a video for the Working Blind series.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to go ahead and do the giveaway?
Sure. Yeah. All right. So as always, this is the giveaway for the talk back. We do this every month. Huge thank you to all the people that donate these things. If it's donated to do as a giveaway, some of these things we get ourselves, but a lot of this is donated generosity of these companies. And this is one of those. So we've already been talking about it a bunch. This is the talking button clock that I did a video about, and is the companion to the talking scale, which we gave away last month. So I've got one right here. Push the button.
The time is 2:33 p.m.
2:33 p.m. I was very impressed with these buttons. If you saw my video, I've actually reviewed talking button clocks before. We get them at the low vision center where I work, and we give them to our clients. These are probably the best that I've seen. They're a little bit smaller than normal, which is not a bad thing, but I love the contrast. It's a white button with a black housing. So it's going to be easily, if it's sitting on a white table, you're going to see the black. If it's sitting on a dark table, you're going to see the white. So good contrast and a really good voice. That's the main thing. We have some at work that it's hard to understand what they are saying, but this has a very nice.
The time is 2:34 p.m.
Nice, clear voice. So yeah, if you would like to enter in, we're going to be giving away 3 of these as well. If you would like to enter into the contest and have a chance to win a talking button clock, super easy. You're just going to wait until this video is posted on YouTube, which will be immediately after we sign off. You're going to go back to that video and you're going to leave a comment with the word clock, CLOCK. Leave that lowercase in the comment if you would like to win this clock. And I think, I'm not sure about shipping. I'm not sure where, if they do just U.S. shipping or if they do international shipping. Should have checked that once again before we did this. We said that last time.
Yes, we did. We've had 6 weeks to check.
I know. I've been very busy.
You have been very busy. I will attest to that. You've been very busy.
Yeah. So we'll say go ahead and enter if you want to win it. Wherever you live, go ahead and enter, and we'll let them figure it out. But incidentally, huge thank you to Cirbic, CIRBIC, for sponsoring this giveaway and offering these as a giveaway for this month.
Every time you say that, I keep thinking you're saying cervic with a V instead of a B.
Let me read it here and double check that I spell it right. It is Cirbic. Yeah, CIRBIC.
CIR?
Yes.
Okay, I think you've been saying CER.
No, CIRBIC.
Okay.
Cirbic.
Okay. The word said she thinks those button clocks would be great for traveling. Clocks in hotel rooms are generally hard to see.
They are. One thing I will say, though, as someone that goes and does presentations quite a bit, and I usually have a suitcase full of low vision devices that I'm going to be presenting, you want to take the batteries out, because this thing in a suitcase.
The time is 2. The date is. The time is 2:36.
As you're rolling around and it's jostling in there and it keeps getting pressed, your bag is talking nonstop and it will drive you crazy. So yeah, just if you're going to travel, take the batteries out, which you should be doing that anyway, I guess. But yeah.
Okay. Lauren E.L. Summers asked if you interviewed any blind authors for that series. I don't recall.
I don't, but let me give a quick shout out. Speaking of a blind author, let me jump into my email real quick. And because I have a friend, Charlie, one of my channel members, has a new book out, and I want to give him a shout out. So the book is called AI Can Make You Smarter, and it's available on Amazon. And Charles B. Ketzenberg, PhD. We call him Charlie in the members only Zoom call, but Charlie wrote this. AI Can Make You Smarter, and it's heavily geared towards professionals and how to leverage AI. But we've been talking about it a lot in the membership call, and there's a lot of great information in here for just the everyday user. And right now, the book is available for Kindle for just 99 cents. If anybody wants to pick it up, AI Can Make You Smarter, Charles Ketzenberg. Kretzenberg, Kretz, I think is how it's pronounced. I told him I would kind of help to promote it a little bit. And there you go. And maybe I'll have to interview him for Working Blind.
Yeah. Yeah. We have so many channel members in the chat. So I just wanted to thank everyone who is in the chat. You know, being a member is not a crazy expensive thing to be, but it helps Sam out, and it just lets him know, you know, that people are appreciating him. But do you want me to go through and kind of read some of these, Sam?
Sure, yeah.
We've got Lori Polk, DeWord, Alex Potter 5218. Me.
My favorite member.
I was the first member.
You were. We had to test it out.
Tim Smith Fine Art became a member.
Thank you.
L Hamill 64.
Tony's a member. Tony Gabehart.
Yes.
Yep.
Joe 55 VIP. Some of our members are very active in the chat, so I keep almost reading their name multiple times. Joker Alice, Kundin Online, SLB 9488. Oh, that's because they all just grabbed those gifted memberships. So welcome.
Oh, awesome. Well, you guys make sure you take advantage of joining our members only Zoom call every first Saturday of every month.
Yeah, so Joker Alice, Kundin Online, SLB 29488, Diebal 7, and Ann Curry all got the gifted membership. So that's super cool.
Nice.
Yeah. The Blind Disney Guy.
Make sure your notifications are set to all so that you will be notified whenever I post about the upcoming members only call. Because unfortunately, I don't have access to people's emails. YouTube membership doesn't give me any way to contact you guys other than sending out a post just to members. So you want to have the membership or the notifications turned on.
Yeah. And Lauren E.L. Summers just joined as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
So, thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. We ready to wrap things up here, Sammy D?
I think so. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And congratulations to the winners of the scale. And good luck to everybody for winning the talking button. And stay tuned. More cool stuff coming out of The Blind Life. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to The Blind Life. That also helps out the channel. It's free, 100% free to you guys. Doesn't cost anything. It just helps out, kind of helps to spread the information about The Blind Life to others. So we would appreciate that. And yeah, thanks, Rachel.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for all the great content in the chat, keeping it moving forward.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. All right, we will see you next month.
All right.
Bye.